I think the future is looking quite bright.
You're absolutely right, Joe. The future is looking bright. Hey, will you take a look at that contract, Section 3, Paragraph 9? It says that if Zach loses the tournament, meaning if you don't make sure Zach wins the tournament, you have to turn over the league to me.
Yeah, Kels, help me bail me out with this one. I mean, fine print.
I mean, this really sucks, Dill.
It
It sucks. It just sucks so much that a contract is a contract. And you're just going to have to follow it. Yeah, I'll be with you guys in just 1 second. The boss is calling me.
Hey, Kels.
Hey, Dill, what's up?
Yeah, no, I've been trying to get a hold of you.
Ooh, yeah, about that. I mean, I'm just having like so much fun partying with Matt and the Hellfire Club that I just don't think I'm gonna be able to host with you anymore.
This really sucks.
Yeah, it's like a major bummer, I know. But I mean, you can handle it by yourself, right?
I'm supposed to do this by myself?
No, yeah, you totally got it.
Okay, so that's it?
What? I'm so sorry. I just can't hear you anymore. You're like totally breaking up.
Kels?
What? Sorry. I'm gonna get what word? Who wants to take shots?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a marvelous movie match with just Dill, no Kelsey, because she's left me for dead. She's left me for that dreaded faction. I'm riding solo now. I'm a man on the road, on the run, and I am a complete unknown in these parts as Kelsey enjoys her Hellfire escapades, if you will. So I'm here, though, because I'm dedicated to this league, and I am going to make sure that you all get a great season finale to our Marvel Trivia match between two very loyal, very devoted players. They played now since the very first season of Marvel Trivia, and they didn't necessarily have the best goes in the tournament, but we thought, you know what, to end the year, why not give them a shot to end their year strong? It is a rematch of a match that happened in our first season, so this is also going to be one of our very few rematches we get on the show, which is all exciting to see, you know, Kelsey and Stacy and Tato, these really iconic rivalries, and maybe this one will become one of those rivalries. It is going to be Chris versus Malcolm. Their records are neck and neck, same. They each have one more loss than they do have wins, but they each have some TKOs and KOs. So I'm very excited to see them go head to head. I would normally ask Kelsey what she thinks of this match, but she left me. So it's time to get into the match itself. But here we go. Introducing first with a record of 2 wins and 3 defeats and 1 knockout. It is the Rogue Kiwi. It is Malcolm Lay. What's up, Malcolm? How's it going?
It's good. Just here to have fun, and yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's our season finale. Why not have a fun, go out with a fun bang here with some Marvel trivia? I kind of threw this on you guys last minute. A lot of things have been going on in the Marvel Trivia League that I don't want to speak about now to dampen the mood, but I'm very excited that we get to end with some 2 faces of this league rather than 2 villains. So best of luck, Malcolm. And his opponent in this knockout match, it is with a record of 3 wins and 4 defeats and 2 knockouts. Sorcerer, Chris Diaz. How's it going, Chris? I'll put you up there. How you
doing? Good. Feeling good. Happy to be back. Been a while since my defeat. And Tyler, good player, but here to have fun against Malcolm. Yeah.
Yeah, both these guys went toe-to-toe with some of our best in the tournament, didn't necessarily make it to the next round, but this is going to be a fun way to end the season for one of them on a win, and these two played each other the first season. Do we remember who won that battle? I forget.
Malcolm. I lost on the eternal question, name every eternal play. people.
There you go. So, Chris, maybe with some vengeance, maybe with some scores to settle here. But here we go. Let's get right into this match. The rules of round one: players will be asked 10 questions in the realm of the MCU. Players will have about 15 seconds to write down their answers. You will then reveal your written answers, speak them aloud. Each question's a point. If you get all 10, you'll get an 11th bonus. And you must keep your hands on screen at all times. You guys are very good about that. And you have 3 time ice if you want to buy more time. Hear the question again, any which way. Throw in your time ice and we will repeat the question for you, or I will. No, we, because I'm all alone. And 1 Mjolnir. If you feel like the question was ruled unfairly, was misguiding, anything at all, or you just want to throw a hammer at me, throw that Mjolnir in there and we will challenge the question. If you're successful with your challenge, you'll get that challenge back. And you'll be able to use as many challenges as you want. Otherwise, if you fail your challenge, you don't get any more challenges. You get 1 per match as long as it's successful. So I will ask you, Malcolm, are you ready?
Yep.
Chris, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, then let's let that marvelous movie match begin with question 1, phase 1. This is our season finale coming out around Christmas. So naturally, the first one's going to be a Christmas question in phase 1. Christmas movie director Jon Favreau of Elf fame directed how many Phase 1 films? So the question is not a Christmas question, but we made it a Christmas question. We make it happen here on Marvelous Movie Mondays, even if half of the equation walks out and decides to join evil. I will always be here until I'm not, until I lose and have to hand over the league. But that's we won't know what will happen there. 5, 4, until it happens. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Chris, what do you got?
Sally did a Christmas Iron Man movie, but he did it first too.
There you go. Yes, he didn't do the Christmas Iron Man movie. That's maybe a little bit of a stumper there in the question. Malcolm, what do you have?
2.
2 is correct, and we have 2 points on the board, 1 apiece as we go into question 2 from phase 2, and that is, what country does Thor go to find Eric Selvig in Avengers Age of Ultron? What country? I would normally banter here, but Kelsey has left me alone. Yes, next year you will get to see me go up against Matt to try to get this league back. But as of now, I'm just a prisoner to the questions. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Malcolm, what do you got?
United Kingdom?
We'll take it. England, United Kingdom, any of the sorts.
London?
And London, we're going to have to mark incorrect because we asked for country. London is a city in that country. You were in the right ballpark, but unfortunately, we don't have to take it just because of the specificity. So Malcolm having a 1-point lead now ahead of Chris, but it is still very, very early as we go into question 3, phase 3. Who is the only Avenger that Gamora interacts with in Avengers Infinity War? Aside from the other Guardians who later become Avengers, I guess, but you know what I mean. Which of the Avengers is the only Avenger that Gamora reacts with or interacts with? I'm basically giving you all free repeats. I'm sorry. I had to clarify, though. It's a tricky, wordy question. So, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Oh, time heist. All right, we're going to repeat that question for you, Malcolm. Question 3, phase 3. Who is the only Avenger that Gamora interacts with in Avengers Infinity War? The only Avenger. Chris got it in at the last minute. Malcolm got a time heist at the last minute. And now both of them had plenty of time. And now we're at a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. And Chris, what did you come up with?
Sure.
Yes, that is right. The space pirate with 1 eye. Malcolm, what did you have?
I mean Hawkeye.
It is not Hawkeye. They both do encounter Red Skull at some point in the MCU, but not together. Gamora only meets Thor of the original Avengers. So no perfect rounds here. We're tied up to a piece, but it's okay. We're going into question 4 in the realm of phase 4. What MCU film features performances from Game of Thrones stars Richard Madden and Kit Harington? This is a bit of a carryover from Halloween, where I and my family did a Game of Thrones theme for Halloween this year. I was Ned Stark. And I will not say who my other family members were as to not give you all hints for this question, even though I think you all know it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're back to Malcolm. What do you got for us?
It's the underrated Eternals.
It is very underrated, and it is the correct answer. Chris, what do you have?
We
Are you
talked
redeeming
about it in the
yourself?
beginning.
There you go. Yes, he got it. Not intentional, purely coincidental, but getting his comeback there with Eternals, the haunted question that has haunted him this whole
Yeah.
time. All right, question 5, phase 5. Tom Hiddleston appears in what MCU phase 5 film? With this league getting bigger and bigger by the minute, there's always got to be the clarification. Film, series, project, country, city. Tends to be a theme here. All right. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Time heist. So that's Malcolm's second time heist. He only has one left in this match. Question 5, phase 5. Tom Hiddleston appears in what MCU phase 5 film? And give a few more seconds, and we're at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's see if Chris got the correct word.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
It's many words because it is correct. It is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Malcolm, did you have it?
I read the wrong way. I put Dr. Strange in the multiverse bed.
No worries. A lot of words written on both boards, but only Chris is going to get that one correct. So now Chris has tied it up and now taking the lead here by 1 point. Yes, Tom Hiddleston and Mobius appear in the post credits of Quantumania. But we are here now in question 6. Quotes. My dearly betrayed co-host Kelsey's favorite category. Quotes. Who is the first character in Avengers Endgame to say, "I love you 3000"? I love the moment where competitors just take that second and they think, and they're like, huh, who is it? Listen, these guys are pros. It was a last-minute match, so the questions are a little easier, but also you have a few stumpers here.
One or the other.
Chris giving away some strategy. I'm not going to impart any of my own, but here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris alluded that there would be a 50-50. Let's see, Malcolm, what did you have?
Iron Man?
And Chris, what did you have?
Morgan Stark.
The correct one is Morgan Stark. She says it first, so Chris is also going to get that point there. Chris is going up 5-3 here. A little bit of a tricky question. It was a 50-50. Yeah, Morgan says it first, and then her dad echoes it back. Question 7, in the realm of villains. Obadiah Stane appears in a flashback in which MCU Phase 3 film? The infamous
I love
Jeff
this question.
Flashback that when I saw it, I went, it's Jeff Bridges. Like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. I just pointed at the screen. Couldn't believe it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to Chris.
Spider-Man Far From Home.
That is correct. Malcolm.
Spider-Man Far From Home.
And Malcolm gets a point back on the board after missing the last 2. He is now keeping it tight here at a 2-point deficit to Chris as we head into the final 3 questions here in the round. Question 8, in the realm of Spider-Man. Who kills Aunt May in Spider-Man No Way Home? A lot of titles with home in the title, so I had to emphasize the no way. There's a Far From, there's a Cross the Spider-Verse, there's a Beyond the Spider-Verse. There's a lot of titles out there. But only one where Aunt May dies, so hopefully that made it a little easier for you.
Will you take either one? Like either name? Yeah.
Yes. I know what you're asking. Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take the comic name or the human name, whatever. 5,
Yeah,
4,
be a little tricky
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Malcolm, did you pull it?
I didn't get it written down in time.
No worries. Chris, what do you got?
Green Goblin, Norman Osborn.
It is the Green Goblin. It is Norman Osborn who kills Aunt May. So Chris taking his lead from 6-7, 7-4, as we head into question 9 in the realm of Disney Plus. In what MCU series will you find the following quote? Good is not a thing you are, it's a thing you do. Very generic quote. This is probably the hardest one in round 1, just letting you know. But it only gets easier from here. I threw this match at these guys days ago, so The fact that they've got any points on the board is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what Chris has.
She-Hulk attending at law.
That is unfortunately incorrect. Malcolm, what do you got?
WandaVision?
That is also incorrect. It is a female protagonist. We are looking for Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel.
That was the other one of it.
Is the quote we are looking for. All right, we're closing it out here on a question that is not just helpful for MCU fans, but also just movie trivia fans, which is actors and actresses. Name one of the 2 actors who played Howard Stark in the MCU. I'm not going to give an extra point if you can name both, but we will give you a pat on the back for being impressive if you can. But you only need to give us one. Technically, there are 3, but the two main ones. You see
I
him
love
in
both. I love both the people.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To close out his round strong. Malcolm, what do you got?
I don't know what the name was. Is it Dominic Cooper?
Dominic Cooper is one of the names.
Dominic
Congratulations,
Cooper.
Chris. Dominic Cooper. Does anyone know the second one?
And
It is
John
John
Slattery.
Slattery. Yes, John Slattery. So there we go. At the end of round 1, Chris, a very impressive 8 points. Malcolm, an even equally impressive 5 points. We are tight here, a 3-point game as we head into round 2. It's hard to do this by myself. Sad face. All right, here we go. Question round 2. See, I don't know what I'm doing. Each player will spin a wheel to determine a category. This is a wheel round. You will be allowed to respin, but if you spin the wheel again, you must take whatever the wheel lands on. Now, I am inevitable is opponent's choice. You don't want that. I am Iron Man. You do want. That's spinner's choice. You get to spin. You get to pick your category if you get I am Iron Man. There will be 5 questions. Players will have about 15 seconds to speak their answers aloud. Questions are worth 2 points, but if you would like to check down a multiple choice and make those questions worth 1 point, you can, and I will give 4 multiple choice options. The other player can steal, so be ready. You don't need your board to steal. This is only a 1v1. I know everyone's been playing these 3 triple threat matches. You can use your board for strategy if you'd like. If you'd like to write some of this stuff down to keep track of math or whatever. But you will all keep your hands on screen at all times, as always. And Malcolm, you still have 1 time ice left. Chris, you have all 3. So, Chris, you are in the lead. I will pull up the wheel and ask you first, would you like to go first or would you like to go second?
You know, it's Christmas holiday. I do let Malcolm go first in honor of the spirit.
A little Christmas gift for Malcolm here as we are going to let Malcolm spin first. This is Malcolm's spin. And it is going to be actors and actresses. Malcolm, would you like to keep it or spin again?
I will keep it.
He will keep it. So a Christmas gift from Chris, letting Malcolm spin first for actors and actresses. Here we go, Malcolm. These are your 5 questions, 2 points apiece, unless you'd like to check down a multiple choice. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah.
All right. Who plays Miss Marvel / Kamala Khan in the series Miss Marvel and the film The Marvels?
Iman Vellani.
For 2 points, that is correct. And now he's 1 point within Chris. Question 2. Including both film and series, how many projects has Randall Park portrayed Jimmy Woo in?
Just to be safe, I'm going to go multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, 2, B, 3, C, 4, or D, 5?
Feeling I'm forgetting one, but I'm just going to go 3.
3 is correct. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and WandaVision are the 3. So Malcolm getting 1 point and tying up Chris's score there. 3 is correct. Question 3. What film marks the first appearance of William Hurt as Thaddeus Ross?
That would be The Incredible Hulk.
And that would be an incredible answer for 2 points as you take the lead here. The first appearance of Harrison Ford as Thaddeus Ross will be coming in a few months. Question 4. In how many episodes of What If does Cate Blanchett voice Hela?
Ooh.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, 0, B, 1, C, 2, or D, 3?
Surely you wouldn't have used this number of tries, but 3?
3 is correct for 1 point. She is in the final 3 episodes of What If Season 2. Very good poll there. And as we move on to our final question here, who portrays the role of Christine Palmer, Doctor Strange's love interest in both Doctor Strange films?
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams is correct. I'm glad you pulled that because my multiple choice options were very funny, and now no one will ever get to hear them. So Malcolm, with an impressive point gathering
Good
there,
job, Malcolm.
takes it from his lower score of 5 to 13. 13 to 8. He is up a whole 5 points over Chris. So Chris is going to need to answer some questions here to keep it close and keep it here now. Chris, what would you... Oh, I was going to ask if you want to defer. No, this is your spin. Sorry. This is what happens when I host alone. So... And it looks like fate is on Chris's side because Chris is going to get I Am Iron Man. So, Chris, you get a pick at any wheel slice. You get phase 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are the same slice. We have actors and actresses, scores and soundtracks, villains, aliens, androids, wizards, quotes, Disney Plus. What would you like, sir?
Phase 1.
Phase 1, the very start of the MCU. It could be the very start of Chris's comeback. We will find out. Here we go. Phase 1, Chris. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Question 1. What year saw the release of Captain America: The First Avenger?
2011.
2011 or 2011 is correct for 2 points. He's now within 3 of Malcolm. Question 2. In Thor, how many times does Jane Foster accidentally hit Thor with her car?
Twice.
Twice is correct for 2 points. And question 3. According to Iron Man, how old was Tony when he became the CEO of Stark Industries?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, 17, B, 18, C, 20, or D, 21?
18.
18 is incorrect. So I'm going to repeat the question with the multiple choice options for Malcolm for a 1-point steal. The question, according to Iron Man, how old was Tony when he became the CEO of Stark Industries? Is it A, 17, B, 18, C, 20, or D, 21?
17?
17 is also incorrect. We're looking on the high end here. It is 21 years old when he acquired that company. So we move on now to Chris's 4th question here in phase 1. In The Incredible Hulk, what children's television program does Bruce Banner watch to learn Portuguese while living in Brazil?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Sesame Street, B, Curious George, C, Barney and Friends, or D, Blue's Clues?
Sesame Street.
Sesame Street for 1 point is correct, and we are all tied up going into Chris's final question here in phase 1. In Iron Man 2, what is the name of the element that is used in Tony's arc reactor that is slowly poisoning him?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, iridium, B, palladium, C, vibranium, or D, plutonium?
Plutonium.
Plutonium is incorrect. So we are going to repeat the question and the options to Malcolm for a 1-point steal, and this will also give Malcolm a 1-point lead if he gets it correct. Question 5. In Iron Man 2, what is the name of the element that is used in Tony's arc reactor that is slowly poisoning him? Is it A, iridium, B, palladium, C, vibranium, or D, plutonium?
So 50-50 for me, and Chris didn't tell me it. I'm going to go palladium.
Palladium B is correct for 1 point. It is
Yeah.
Palladium, Pall idiom. So Malcolm now, he was behind in round 1, and now round 2, Malcolm is up by 1 point, but it is still so close. Anyone's game as we go into question, or round 3, I should say. The score remains 14-13. 14-13 as we go into round 3. This is for the betting round, so I will... No, it's not. No, this is for ours. Sorry. Whoever's in the lead... Nope, this is the betting round. I'm going to switch it. There we go. This is not a title match. Don't worry, guys. There's only one more round. Players will choose 3 numbers at random out of 15, which will correlate to 3 predetermined categories. First question's 2 points, mild difficulty. Second question's 3 points, medium difficulty. And the third question is 5 hard difficulty earned points. So the player with the most points at the end will win, unless it is tied, which is definitely a possibility with a 1-point game. Then we will go to a sudden death, which we are totally prepared for. And players must keep their hands on screen at all times. Malcolm, you still do have that 1 repeat left, and you each have a challenge. So, Malcolm, now that you are in the lead, you get to decide your 3 numbers first. What would you like from 1 to 15?
I'm going to go 11,
Mm-hmm.
4,
Mm-hmm.
and 13.
11, 4, and 13. Perfect. Chris, what 3 numbers would you like?
5, 2, and 9. Not on my
5,
birthday.
2, and 9 after his birthday. Perfect. So we are going to start with Chris here for your 2-pointer in category 5, which is phase. Sorry, it's not phase 1. It's Iron Man. In my head, Iron Man is always phase 1. So there you go, because that's the movie. All right, here we go. Chris, your 2-point question. Where did Tony Stark go to college?
MIT.
MIT is correct for 2 easy points. Probably the only college referenced often in the MCU, I guess.
Yeah, but take
so,
Captain America Civil War for the thing.
yeah. So Chris now has taken a 1-point lead over Malcolm. So now we're going to go to Malcolm's 2-point question. So the TKO has been removed from the table. Question 11 category correlates to Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy. According to Guardians of the Galaxy, who is Thanos' favorite daughter?
Nebula?
It is unfortunately not Nebula. According to the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, Gamora is his favorite daughter. She doesn't like him very much, but it is stated that she is his favorite.
Yeah, he
so
regrets killing her and Infinity War.
so it's okay. 2-pointer there. We are still going to stick with Malcolm, though. If he hits his 3, it goes back regardless. So Malcolm, your 3-pointer is in aliens, androids, and wizards. Here we go. In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, what is the name of the planet that is home to all of the hybrid human animals, or humanimals, created by the High Evolutionary?
Oh,
Good question, Dylan.
And
I don't remember. Was it Animalia or something like that?
it is not. It is unfortunately Counter Earth. Counter Earth is the name of the alien planet with all the animals. So, in a very interesting predicament here, Malcolm still has his 5-pointer left. If he hits it, it'll go back to Chris. But Chris, by hitting his 2 and keeping it close, still has a lead. So we're going to have to go to Malcolm for his 5-pointer in category 13, which is Thor. Thor. All right, here we go. Malcolm, your 5-pointer in Thor. In Thor Ragnarok, what is the name of the assisted living facility that Loki sends Odin to on Earth?
Is it Shady Oaks?
And your winner, and getting redemption in this rematch, Chris Sorcerer Diaz. This one hurts my soul because it is Shady Acres. Shady Acres. That is the closest a 5-pointer could be without being the correct answer. Just a matter of one word, Malcolm, but it is Shady Acres. care facility or care home. All we needed was Shady Acres. Shady was so close. You were so close. But Chris, you're taking the victory here. I mean, one of the most interesting lead change matches I've seen. Chris had a few points lead in round 1. Round 2, Malcolm came back with a force and ended up stealing a question or two to get into the lead in round 2. And then just based on the 2-pointers, Chris was able to take the lead. It just happens like that sometimes, where sometimes the 2-pointer, if it is like a 50-50 option, sometimes it's a stumper. Chris, I'll go to you first. How do you feel having gotten your revenge here on Malcolm, making it a close match, but finally beating him in a match? You haven't done that yet. How do you feel?
I feel good. It was a really entertaining match. Malcolm, you're a great player. We love facing you, and huge fan of yours as well. But it was fun. I was nervous. I didn't have a total question that haunt me like the last time. But yeah, I love you guys. I love doing this. I'm happy to be part of this league. I'm looking forward to next year. This is like a sigh of relief. I was so nervous going to this.
Oh, well, we appreciate it, Chris, and thank you for being a part of this league. I'll ask you a follow-up question in just a sec, but I do want to turn over to Malcolm. I mean, you basically lost this match on one word. Oaks versus Acres. You can't be too upset about that on a 5-pointer. You were closer with your 5-pointer than you were with the 2, and that's super impressive. So you have nothing to hang your head low about. And that comeback in round 2 is very impressive. How do you feel? Despite this loss, how do you feel knowing you kept it as close as you did in round 2 and that you were just one word away in round 3?
I'm not going to lie. As soon as you said my 5-pointer was full, I thought it was going to be another question about a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It was just one of those ones. Like I haven't seen Guardians on 3 since it's dropped into Disney Plus. Like I only seen it the one time, and so I haven't remembered those details. But yeah, it was like, well, I know it's Shady something. Like I know Shady Oaks is something in some form of media out there, but it is what it is. Like I almost think like tore myself out of like my what if Christmas. Like there's no way you can use 3 as an answer to 2 questions and actors and actresses.
Listen, the questions are all randomly selected, so it just happened to be that those 2 ended up back to back. But yeah, that was an impressive poll. Very difficult. Kate Blanchett and What If, not something that's on a lot of people's minds. So very, very impressive. Malcolm, any plans next year? Obviously, we'd love to have you back, but anyone you've got your eyes on, you've now lost to Chris, you beat Chris, but you beat him before you lost to him. So would you maybe want to see a 3-peat of this rivalry? Are there any other players you have your eyes set on that you want to maybe look at facing in the new year?
I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of people causing you disrespect. So if you need help avenging them,
Oh, okay. Thank you, Malcolm. I appreciate that. Maybe someone who decided to leave me to dust here on the side of the road. It's okay. I'm sure we'll make up at some point. But thank you, Malcolm. I appreciate that, knowing I have someone in my corner. Chris, next year, what's it looking like for you? Who do you want to face? Who do you want?
Besides supporting you, because you've been a really good friend to me as well. You know what? It's time to go on a comeback tour. There are 2 people who I lost to, Brian and Kevin Potts. Kevin Potts, I won the match that never got aired, and then I lost when we shot it.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian, I lost to too, so I kind of I had to score the shadow with both.
All right, you want to score some settle some scores, I should say. That's good. Brian's always calling you out, so I'd love to see that score settled as well. The next year I feel like could be one for the storylines, one for the rematches and reruns, and trying to get come back from lost time or whatever, make up for lost time and settle the scores. So thank you both for this great match. Congratulations, Chris, on your win here against Malcolm. You're now 1-1 against each other, which is very fun. But thank you guys, ending the season hopefully on a high. We do have one more match left to go, and that is the number 1 contender match, which will decide who is going to be playing Jake Tato in our season opener next month. Is it going to be Joe? Is it going to be Corey? Corey has been sitting on that Infinity Gauntlet MVP for a while. He cashed it in. He's going up against Joe, and the winner will go up against Tato, who cashed in his Infinity Gauntlet victory and won the title match. So Tato has the belt, and one of these 2 guys, Joe or Corey, is going to try to take it from him, but they have to compete first. I'm going to try to get a hold of Kelsey and see if she'll co-host that match with me. I'm not sure if Matt will even allow it, but thank you guys for being here today, and thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for the next match very, very soon, and we'll see you soon. Hey, Kels.
Hey, Dill.
Listen, listen, I know what you're gonna say. I know you don't want to be here. I know I only have 2 minutes of your time. You're a busy gal, but I really hate hosting these matches alone. And listen, you know what? I support your next endeavors. I support your next journey with the Hellfire Club or whatever it is. But I can't do this by myself. It's the holidays, Kels. Throw me a bone.
You know, Dill, I was actually coming on here to let you know that I did talk it out with the Hellfire Club, and, you know, it's just so pathetic to watch you host these matches on your own. We feel terrible, you know. We really feel quite bad for you. I mean, it was great hearing you say all that other stuff about how much you need me and how much you want me and how you couldn't do this without me. At least that's what I heard, at least. So, yeah, I was just coming on here to let you know that I will host the match with you.
Okay, I don't want it to be a chore, though, or a favor. You know, I want you to want to do it.
No, yeah, I definitely want to be here, for sure.
Okay, I don't really believe you, but you know what? It is the holidays, and I think for our season finale, you know what? Let's just put on a brave face. We're actors. We'll pretend that everything's cool. We won't even mention the Hellfire Club. At least I'll try not to. And then January, we'll see what happens.
And we'll go from there.
All right, deal.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good. Let's do it. Hello, everyone. We are back for match 2 here, our main event here in our doubleheader for trivia. It is our #1 contender match, the match you've been waiting for, the match you've been excited for months now because we've been on a hiatus because I'm way too busy for life. But we are here with a bunch of questions and 2 amazing competitors. One that we've seen recently won the tournament to get his spot here, Joe, and then one who we haven't seen in about a year because he won the MVP for the Infinity Gauntlet free-for-all we did. He lasted the most rounds in that free-for-all, and he got the earned #1 contender match. He didn't get a title match. That was Jake for winning that. And Jake obviously cashed in that title match for a win and now holds the belt. That is sitting right behind me here. And then Corey, with the MVP, got to cash in his #1 contender, was going to wait for whoever won this tournament, being Joe. And now here he is facing Joe for that title match spot. Kelsey, how you feeling about this match? I mean, this is probably the most high-profile match we've had since, obviously, the tournament wrap, but it's been a while since the tournament wrap, so we've had a little bit of prep time to prep these questions and for Joe to study and for Corey now for about a year to study. How you feeling, Kels, going into this one?
It feels good, Dill. I am very glad that I'm on this side of the equation because since it's been so long that we've had a match, I just feel very unprepared to be participating in a match. So I'm glad that I was the one writing it and having access to all the answers because I don't know how I would do if I was one of these 2 guys competing today.
Right.
So
Now, who do you think has the edge? The one who's just been kind of chill, waiting in the wings for about a year, knowing he has this thing to cash in whenever, kind of, Corey always kind of goes for broke. He just kind of enters the chat when he pleases and ends up doing it very well. Or Joe, who's been just more consistent. You know, he's played more matches more recently, but he has also played a lot of matches. So there's been just a lot of info at the top of his mind. Do you think, which approach would you rather have going into this? The tournament being so recent or having about a year to just kind of chill and wait in the wings? Like what do you think because there's burnout on both ends I could see, or there could be a positive on both ends. But what would you prefer in this case?
it's tough to say, Dill, because as we've seen, I mean, Joe's pretty lethal, right? But at the same time, like Corey has his moments where he just like comes in randomly and just like ends up killing it anyway. So it's hard to say what the better strategy is because they've both been doing well. I personally, I think I would want the time to train within myself and like focus on me and really have the time to watch and absorb things rather than I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, well, they've both been waiting a little bit because the tournament wrapped a little longer ago, so they both had some time to study. So it'll be exciting to see if Corey has that ring rust, or like he did in the Infinity Gauntlet, surprise us all and then come out as strong as he did when he first debuted in this league. And of course, seeing if Joe can top off that cherry on that Sunday that he made with that tournament win. So without further ado, let's get into it, Kels, right? We should bring in our competitors here.
Yes.
Introducing first, with a record of 2 wins and 2 defeats, but earning his spot here for this number one contender match by being the MVP of the Infinity Gauntlet. It is Corey. Boom, you looking for this? Ross, how's it going, Corey?
Oh, it's going good. It's going good. I'm about to rock in like this is Captain Marvel in Endgame, and I'm about to come in, save the day, and get the hell out of here.
Right. Corey, it's always fun because like you're not here because you're not interested or you don't want matches or people don't want to play you. Just you're a very busy person. You're traveling the globe all the time. You're quite literally a globe trotter. So it's always a privilege to get to have you on whenever we can. But what have you been doing since last time we saw you? Like how have you been prepping for this? Have you been prepping for this? Like what is your approach going into this without giving away too much intel? But like how have you been prepping for this match?
Prep started about couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago. Definitely not a full year's worth, that's for sure. Ain't nobody got time for that. Prep may have consisted of watching Disney Plus shows on 2x speed, so we'll see how that turns out.
All right, interesting. Yeah, well, you famously entered the Infinity Gauntlet last minute. Stacy entered you herself and said, Corey, you're doing this very last minute, quite literally like an hour before, and then you ended up lasting the most rounds. So it's definitely worked for you before, not necessarily having a year's worth of practice time. So we wish you the best of luck, and we'll see how you do today.
Appreciate it.
Cool. Introducing next, the winner of the MCU tournament to earn his spot here at the number one contender match with a record of 3 wins, 0 defeats, and 2 knockouts. It is Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly. How's it going, Joe? Good to see you again.
Yeah, not too bad. It's nearly half one, but I'm very used to this in this community because I'm on a completely different time zone, but we get used to it.
Well, it'll be interesting. Maybe if this ever has a rematch in the future and Corey, because Corey's moving to Japan soon, maybe the time zones will line up better. I don't know. But it is always an honor to have everyone from across the globe here competing. How has it been for you since you last competed in the tournament? Like, how has your studying and prep been? Have you kind of eased off a little bit and just kind of trusting your base knowledge? Have you gone all in even further? How has this kind of time off between then and now been for you?
I think since the last match, I've watched one MCU film, which is currently not eligible for questions.
Right.
I just had a look on Letterboxd. I think I started with Iron Man in July and went through the entirety of the MCU from there.
Nice.
So that's how this year's gone. I say the entirety. I watched Loki season 2 this year.
Nice. That's
TV show wise, but I've always said I am the movie trivia guy. Maybe when that takes a back seat, come onto the TV shows and actually study them rather than just sort of knowing who's in them and what they're about.
Right. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, well, we're looking forward to seeing how this match turns out. It's very interesting, someone who's been kind of cramming the movies versus someone who's been kind of cramming the shows. So we'll have to just see what the match favors here and just seeing what their base knowledge is in the other. Kels, after hearing these two guys come in, I'm even more confused on who the front runner is here and who's going to win, but I am excited to see both of them compete. How about you?
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's get into it. I will start first with the rules, and then I'll ask Kelsey the age-old question. First, rules of round one. Players, you're asked 10 questions in the realm of the MCU. This is very happenstance. You'll have 15 seconds to write down the answer. You'll reveal the written answers. You'll speak them aloud. Each question's a point. If you get all 10 right, you'll be asked an 11th, and keep all your hands on screen at all times, all as if you have more than 2. Keep both hands on screen at all times. And you do have 3 time heists if you'd like them to stall for more time or to just hear some clarification for the question itself, whatever you decide to do with that. And of course, you will have a challenge, 1 Mjolnir to throw into the ring if you decide you want to hear a question. The question has been ruled unfairly, or you feel like the answer given was should have been accepted when it wasn't, or anything like that. You can submit your challenge. And if you are, granted the challenge, you will continue to have the challenge as long as it's successful. So there we go. All right, I'll ask one more time. Corey, are you ready?
Always.
Joe, are you ready?
I am. Good luck, Corey.
All right, and Kelsey.
Let the marvelous movie match begin.
Ding, ding, there it is. Kelsey, why don't you kick us off here with question 1?
Okie dokie. Question 1 in the category of Phase 1. Who composed the score for Iron Man 2?
Starting off strong with a scores and soundtracks question, a favorite category of our very own Pizza Papa Chad Webb here on the channel. Kelsey, I'm very excited. We're underway. This is the first time we're recording one of these in a while, and I'm very thrilled.
I can't stop smiling, Dill. It feels like the first
5,
one we've ever recorded.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're gonna start with Joe because he's on my left. Joe, what do you got?
John Debney.
That is correct. And Corey.
John Debney.
And we remain perfect after one question, going into question 2, naturally in the realm of phase 2. In Iron Man 3, what does Tony get Pepper for Christmas? Don't you love a topical question, Kels?
Thank you for noticing, Dill, because I gave round 1 here a little bit of a theme.
Yes. We do
I tried my hardest.
Cater at least a few questions to current events. If there's like an actor who's passed, or it's a little inside scoop behind the scenes, but those who know trivia really well don't need to know the little tricks and hints. 5, 4,
but they're special
3,
to me.
2, 1. Pens down. Boom. You looking for this, Corey? Let's see the answer.
You're looking for a giant stuffed rabbit?
That is correct. And Joe, what do you got?
Yeah, giant stuffed toy.
There you go. We'll take it. Giant stuffed rabbit, giant stuffed toy, giant stuffed animal. We didn't ask for specificity, so there we go. Question 3. Still perfect, Kels. Take it away.
Question 3. Category is Phase 3. Which Phase 3 film features a spaceship called the Helion?
Thank you for doing this question, because I would not have pronounced that right. Helion, Helion.
Yeah.
Helion.
Helion. Helion sounds good too.
Well, we've pronounced it 3 different ways for you, so they're bound to at least know what we're talking about, even if they don't know which movie it is. There we go. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Corey just got it in the last second. Let's see what Joe has. Joe, what do you got?
Captain Marvel.
That would be correct. Corey.
Switched it to Guardians 2.
So Corey missing the first question here, but that's okay. It's only 1 point difference as we go into question 4 in the realm of phase 4. A little bit more of a topical question again, a Christmas-based series. In Hawkeye, where in New York City does the final battle between Clint and Yelena take place? So we gave you the city. We're looking more for the location within. Again, number 1 contender matches, they're going to get a little trickier. The tournament was tricky. This is even trickier. And then wait till the next one, because the winner of this is going to get Tato, and it's going to be even harder. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to go back to Corey.
Rockefeller Center.
We'll take it. And Joe.
Aha, my US geography still works. Rockefeller Center.
Nice. There we go.
Nice.
Across the pond, still new Rockefeller Center. Very impressive. Kelsey,
one state I have been to. Actually, I laid over in Miami once.
There we go. Ooh, a fun place to lay over. Kelsey, take it away to question 5.
Question 5. The category is Phase 5. Voiced by David Malkian. What is the name of the creature Scott and Cassie meet in the quantum realm who does not have any holes?
I gave you a tough pronunciation with Helion, and now I gave you another tough one with David Dismalchian. So you're getting all the tough words tonight. Wrong? No, you said it right. You took your time with it, but you got it. You got it. David Dismalchian, whatever.
Thank you.
Pokemon. Yeah. Pokemon, as my grandma says. All right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Joe. Veb is correct. Corey.
Is correct.
Veb is correct. There we go. Nice. So we are 5-4 still.
Thought I had him.
Question 6 in Kelsey's favorite.
I did right, Reb, and then I went, no, that's not right.
Oh yeah. It's like you have 2 letters.
So
it's like Wordle. Yeah, you're 1 away. All right. Question 6. Quotes. Kelsey's favorite category, quotes. In Spider-Man No Way Home, who says, quote, "So get on your phones, scour the internet, and Scooby-Doo this shit"? I love quote questions because I have to read it so monotone-ish because I don't want to give away any inflection. You know, just a little bit of inflection goes a long way.
I'm so sad because you can't seem to watch this one anywhere.
Oh, really?
For free, at least.
It's not on Disney Plus yet. It was on Stars for a bit, but it also changes depending on where you are in the world and what streaming services.
Shout out physical media.
5, yes. 4, 3, 2. All fans of physical media here. 1. Pens down. Going back to Corey. What do you got?
Doctor Strange.
That is correct. We'll take it. Joe, what do you got?
Please, Scooby-Doo this shit.
There you go. Question 7. Kelsey, take it away.
Yes. Question number 7 in the category of villains. Also known as the children of Thanos, what is the name for the 4 aliens serving Thanos throughout Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame?
AKA the scariest figures in my nightmare for that entire week in 2018.
You know,
At least
Dale,
one
I
of them.
was
One of them
I was surprised to learn that after watching his 3 daughters, that Carrie Coon and Elizabeth Olsen never interacted with each other on set.
Oh, interesting.
A little behind the scenes.
CGI, baby. 5.
Yeah, literally.
4.
Made me sad.
3, 2,
Time heist.
1. All right, so that's the first time heist for Joe. Kelsey, repeat the question in villains.
Also known as the children of Thanos, what is the name for the 4 aliens serving Thanos throughout Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame?
This is a good one. All right.
Thank you.
And
Thought of it myself.
And that is 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. All right, Joe, let's see if you pulled it. Did you get it?
I need to.
All right, Corey.
The Black Order.
All right, and we're tied up now. 6-6. The Black Order is correct. Yeah.
Go on then. I don't think they ever referred to the Black Order on screen. I also thought the question was asking for the names, the actual names of the characters.
Okay,
So I think
you're throwing
misleading, and secondly, I don't think they ever called the Black Order on screen.
No worries. All right, so you're throwing in a challenge?
Yeah.
So we are back from the challenge, and after some deliberation, not a ton, the challenge was mostly about the wording of the question, specifying that we wanted the collective name for the 4 rather than the name of the 4. And Joe interpreted that as like we need to name the 4. And obviously, that was not the question, but it could have been a little clearer. And the Black Order is not necessarily spoken in any of the movies. It is referenced very briefly in a screen description and endgame screenplay, so we didn't think there was enough information given to the audience to infer that they are the Black Order, unless you are a comics person, all that stuff. So we are going to just scrap the question completely. We're going to give you another villains question. It is going to be slightly easier in difficulty because of the circumstances, but we are going to ask that right now. So Kelsey, it's resetting to 6-5 still, so Joe still has a 1-point lead, but we're going to ask an entirely new question altogether, just to make it easier and simpler, and Joe will hold on to his challenge. All right, Kelsey, whenever you're ready.
Okay. The new and improved question number 7 in the category of villains is, what species is Ronan the Accuser?
I hope this is clear. It's as clear as we can make it. But you know what? Number 1 contender matches, I appreciate. You go for broke. You try to get as clear as you can with your questions.
I'm doing my best home improvement impersonation.
All right. And
I get that repeat back as well.
Yes, you get the repeat back. Yep. 4, 3. Would you like a repeat now or no?
Nope. Just
no, 1. Okay. Gotcha. Well, I was doing a countdown anyway. All right. So we're gonna go to Joe first for this one.
Cree.
Yep, that is correct. And Corey.
Cree.
All right. There we go. So 7-6 doesn't change the outcome of the scores, so that's okay. Let's move on to question 8 now in the realm of Spider-Man. Spider-Man. What year was Spider-Man Far From Home released? It gets tricky with these years, Kels, because, you could say I was so-and-so years old, but even that, with so many movies coming out a year, it gets tough. Do you remember where you were, Kels, when you saw this? Not what day or what time, but where? You remember where you saw it? Because I didn't see it with you. I was in Europe.
Oh, yeah, you were.
I saw it in Greece, so I was like, "Oh, I was studying abroad." 4.
Ironically, you were in Europe during the Far From Home.
1. I know, right? It was perfect. It was kismet. While Kelsey thinks about that, I did my countdown, so I hope everyone heard it. But we're gonna go to Corey first.
2019.
2019 is correct. I was in Greece in summer 2019, and Joe has it too. 2019, perfect. All right, so Joe maintains his 1-point lead. Kelsey, any idea where you saw it? I know it's been a while. It's been 5 years. It's okay. All right, moving on.
Idea.
Question 9, Kels, take it away.
Question number 9. The category is Disney Plus. In the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, what gaming device does Peter Quill give to Groot for Christmas?
Did you have... I don't even know if I want to ask this question because I don't know if it'll give away too much information if I ask
Well,
you
I
if
have a
you had
question
one
for
of these.
you, Dill.
Yes.
Have you been watching any Christmas-themed things for the holiday season?
Sorta, yeah, a little bit. I've been busy, so I haven't gone full-fledged, but I had to watch Christmas Vacation because Corey picked it for a little thing we're doing on Matt's channel, so I watched that the other night. 5, 4, that's always
I've
a
never
treat.
seen
3,
that one.
2, ooh, 1,
Yeah.
pens down. All right, so we're going here to, I believe it's Joe.
Game Boy?
We'll take it. Yep, that's correct. Game Boy.
Namco Football, incorrect. That's what he's got in Guardians too.
No worries. Yep, that's very, very close there. But yeah, it is a Game Boy he gets in the Christmas special. So Joe takes his lead now from 8 to 6, or sorry, from 9 to 7. There we go. You each got a point there. So that's not too bad though. Still a 2-point score there. All right, question 10. Kelsey, you got to watch Christmas Vacation. All right, question 10.
Yeah.
In the realm of actors and actresses, who voices Cosmo the dog in the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? As much as you study the events of the films, you got to know who's in them and who made them. Love this person.
Yeah, you're the second person actually this week, and it's only Tuesday, to tell me that I need to watch Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah. There you go. I'm sure Corey would also attest to that, since he did select it for the show and the panel I'm on. All right.
I think I've seen that
5, 4, 3. There you go. 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to go back to Corey now.
The woman who got Rudy Giuliani to take off his pants on camera, Maria Bakalova.
That is correct. And Joe, did you have it for the perfect round?
Maria Bakalova.
There it is for the perfect round. Wow. Impressive pull there at the end, which means Joe is going to get a bonus question. Here. And this is for you to answer just verbally, so you don't have to write it down, unless you want to write it down to figure it out, because it is an involved question. We'll give you a little extra time for this. So the bonus question for Joe and Joe only, not including series, just including movies. Samuel L. Jackson appears in how many of the 5 MCU phases?
Oh, man.
Of the 5 finished phases. Yeah.
4.
4 is correct. He is only in 4 of the 5 phases. Kelsey, help me out. Which phase does he sit out of? I think the most, the last one, 5 or 4?
4.
Well,
4.
Is the Marvels 4 or 5?
Marvels is 5.
So yeah, it's 4. He sits out of phase 4.
Just phase 4.
There you go. All right. Yeah, so there you go. Joe getting a perfect 11 here. Corey's 8. Very close, 3-point game, which is a matter of one question in round 3, so it means nothing right now. But it is cool to have a lead going into round 2. But this is a very tough competition so far as we head into round 2, which is, where is my graphic? There it is, the wheel round. Each player will spin the wheel to determine a category. You are allowed to respin, but if you respin, you must take whatever the wheel lands on. If you get I Am Iron Man, that's spinner's choice. I Am Inevitable is opponent's choice. You will have 5 questions, and you will just get to read your just say your answers out loud. You don't need to write them down unless it is a triple threat match, which this is not, so don't worry about it. Questions are worth 2 points, but if a competitor would like to check down a multiple choice, those will be worth 1 point, so you'll get 4 options, and the other competitor can steal, so be ready, be alert, because we have seen steals really determine a lot of these matches in recent history. So keep all hands on screen, and you do all still still have 3 time heists because of that challenge. We've tossed out Joe's. So you all have 3 time heists remaining, and you both still have your challenges because Joe's challenge was successful. So I'm going to pull up the wheel here. Joe, you do have the lead right now. And just to clarify, that wheel should say phase 4 and 5. So that also includes phase 5, just so you all are aware, just because I haven't updated the wheel since, but it should say 4 and 5. All right, Joe, would you like to spin first or defer to Corey?
I won't change your winning habit. I'll spin first, please.
All right, so Joe going to spin first here. So this is going to be Joe's spin. Whatever it lands on, Joe will have the opportunity to keep or spin again. And it looks like it's going to be actors and actresses, Joe. So would you like to keep this or give it to Corey? Or sorry, or spin again. I don't know why I don't remember the rules.
We haven't done this in a while.
Like, I don't hate it, but there's always a chance something Disney Plus will get thrown in there. Although I know it, I think we could probably do a little tiny bit better. But if we get it again, it's fine. Spin again, please.
All right, so we're going to attempt fate here. I asked if he wanted to defer to Corey, and then I asked him if he wanted to give the category to Corey, forgetting my own rules of this game. And it's going to be I Am Inevitable, which means Corey's actually going to get to decide Joe's category here. So, Corey, I'll pull them all up for you one more time so you can take a look at them. What would you like to give Joe?
Let's see here. We got to throw Disney Plus at him.
Disney Plus. All right. So a little bit of that strategy talk earlier backfiring, maybe, but we'll see. I will be administering the questions for Joe for Disney Plus here. Let me just find them in the doc, and I found them. Cool. All right, Joe, are you ready for your 5 questions in Disney Plus?
I've seen them.
All right. Question 1. I'll take that as I'm ready. All right. Question 1. Which TV series showcases performances by Samuel L. Jackson, Martin Freeman, and Olivia Colman?
One that was filmed where I work, Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion, very cool fun fact there.
Saw Samuel L. Jackson filming it.
Wow, very, very cool.
Wow.
Literally driving past where they were having their breaks. I went, oh, that's Samuel L. Jackson.
Wow. Probably more exciting than the series itself. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a big fan.
It was at the time.
Accurate.
All right, question 2. In episode 4 of WandaVision, on a very special episode, what do Tommy and Billy name the stray dog they find?
And I killed Sparky, too. Sparky.
Sparky is correct, using those context clues from the song. Very nice.
Yeah,
Question-
I think the song saved me there.
Question 3. According to Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special, who gave young Peter Quill his quad blasters as a present?
That sounds like something. But we'll minimize the steal and go multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Kraglin, B, Yondu, C, Ego, or D, the Collector?
This is why you go multiple choice. Because that was not one of the 4 I had. I did not have that one in my head. Yondu.
That is correct for 1 point there, using multiple choice, navigating multiple choice very well. Yondu did get him those quad blasters. All right. Question 4. In Loki Season 2, played by Ke-Huy Quan, what is the name of the TVA agent responsible for repairs and advancements? And 5, 4, 3.
It's multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice. Is it A, Casey, B, Gamble, C, Ouroboros, or D, Docs?
See,
C, Ouroboros is correct for another
one of those
1
ones
point.
you just need to hear.
Yeah, that's why multiple choice is here. Perfect. All right, so question 5, the final question here in Disney Plus. In Werewolf by Night, while introducing the monster hunters, which hunter does Verussa reveal has had the most kills?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Elsa Bloodstone, B, Jack Russell, C, Joven, or D, Azrael?
A.
A, Elsa Bloodstone is incorrect, so we're going to give the question and multiple choice options to Corey for a 1 point steal. In Werewolf by Night, While introducing the monster hunters, which hunter does Verussa reveal has had the most kills? Is it A, Elsa Bloodstone, B, Jack Russell, C, Jovan, or D, Azrael?
B, Jack Russell.
That is correct for a 1-point steal. So Corey with the big 1-point steal. Joe checking down a multiple choice a few times. Looks like maybe the wheel spin did help Corey's case there as he narrows the gap a little bit. The score now stands at 12-9. So it is a 3-point game. Or sorry, 17-9. I can't write tally marks. I can't read tally marks. 17-9. It's an 8-point game, but that is still a little bit of a narrowing of the gap there, as Joe didn't go perfect there. But it is now Corey's spin to see how he will do and how he'll fare on the wheel. There we go. Spin it. Sorry, I didn't read your hand.
It's all right.
Corey.
It's all right.
And it looks like it might also be going to where Joe had it. It loves this side of the wheel tonight. Actors and actresses. Corey,
I'll take it.
Joe. Okay, so Corey's going to take actors and actresses. What
At
Joe?
least I'll know whether that spin away was worth it or not.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You'll at least get to know what they would have been. Yeah. So Corey going to take the category that Joe spun away from, which is actors and actresses. Kelsey, whenever you're ready with actors and actresses, it's right below Disney Plus on the dock, so we should be squared and ready to go whenever you're ready for Corey.
Got it. Question number 1. In how many MCU projects does Michelle Pfeiffer appear as Janet Van Dyne?
We'll go for broke 2.
That is unfortunately incorrect. So we're going to ask Joe the question for the 2-point steal. Kelsey, whenever you're ready.
In how many MCU projects does Michelle Pfeiffer appear as Janet Van Dyne?
Assuming she's at the funeral, so 3.
3 is correct. So that's going to be a big 2-point steal there for Joe. She is in 3 projects there in the MCU. All right, moving on to question 2. There's still a lot of questions left here in actors and actresses. Whenever you're ready, Kels, for Corey's second question.
Question number 2. Who plays Master Karja in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
That would be Nathan Fillion.
That would be Nathan Fillion for 2 big points. All right. Question 3, Kels, whenever you're ready.
Question number 3. Who plays Captain Marvel in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
That's Lashana Lynch.
That is Lashana Lynch for 2 points. Not falling for that trick question there. Question 4, Kels.
Question number 4. In how many MCU projects is Linda Cardellini in?
Bringing out the board.
I'm checking down to multiple choice.
All right, so we're going to give you the multiple choice options. Kels, whenever you're ready.
Okay, is it A, 2, B, 3, C, 4, or D, 5?
C4.
That is correct for 1 point. Very impressive. So she's obviously Hawkeye's wife in Age of Ultron, Endgame, and Hawkeye, but she also plays the Otter in Guardians 3. So that is 4 appearances. Yep. That's why we specified Linda Cardellini. In the first question, it was Michelle as Janet. So it's a little different, but very tricky type of question there. Question 5, Kels, whenever you're ready.
Question number 5. In What If, out of the original 6 Avengers, how many of the actors lend their voice to their animated versions?
Another board. Corey pulling out the board. Listen, hey, whatever helps, you know?
We might as well go for it. 2.
That is unfortunately incorrect. So Kelsey's going to repeat just the question for Joe for another 2-point steal. Whenever you're ready, Kelsey.
In What If, Out of the original 6 Avengers, how many of the actors lend their voice to their animated version?
I feel like he has sandwiched it. I just don't know in what direction. 1.
Also incorrect. It was 3. So Chris Hemsworth voices Thor, Mark Ruffalo voices Hulk, and Jeremy Renner does voice Hawkeye in the series. Whereas Scarlett Johansson, Robert Downey Jr., and Chris Evans are not present in that series. So that's a very tricky, both rounds very tricky. Disney Plus and Actors and Actresses, tricky for both of them. So we are staying here with a score of 19-14. It is a 5-point game. We love to see that headed into round 3. It keeps things very fresh and exciting, especially with that 5-pointer looming and a very hard one to hit. So it is anyone's game here as we go in the final round. 19-14 is the score. And this is the final round that will decide who goes up against Jake Tato for this belt right behind me. The rules of round 3. You will pick 3 numbers at random out of 15, which will correlate to 3 predetermined categories. First questions were 2 points. Second question, 3 points. Third question, 5. And they range from difficulty from mild, medium to hard, which in a number 1 contender match is more like medium to hard to very hard. But the player with the most points at the end will win. Unless it is tied, then we will have a sudden death showdown. Players must keep their hands on screen at all times, and you both still have your 3 timelines, and you both still have your challenges, so things could get fun. All right, Kels, are you excited for this final round?
I am.
All right, well, let's have them. Joe, let's have those numbers, 1 to 15. What would you like?
6, 12, and 4.
6, 12, and 4. Corey, what would you like as your categories?
13, 9, and 3.
13, 9, and 3. Let me just write down what those categories are so I don't have to keep scrolling. All right, I've got the categories. All right, so we're going to start with Corey, whose 2-pointer, he said number 13, which is Captain America. Captain America. So, Kelsey, whenever you're ready, you're going to ask a 2-pointer in Captain America.
Okie dokie. In which Captain America film will you find the characters of Sharon Carter, Dr. Zola, and Pietro Maximoff?
Just make sure we can see your hands, Corey.
Oh.
I know you're deep in thought, but...
That's got to be Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
It does have to be, because that is the correct answer, and that is 2 points. So now we're going to keep it with Corey. If he hits his 3, we'll bounce back to Joe. This is to tie it up and prevent the TKO. We are going to go into the realm of villains, which was category 9. Villains is category 9. Kels, whenever you're ready, with the 3-pointer in villains.
Got it. Villains. The 3-pointer. In how many MCU films does Hugo Weaving appear as Red Skull?
Boy.
And 5, 4.
Repeat the question.
All right. So that is the first of 3 repeats for Corey. Kelsey, whenever you're ready.
In how many MCU films does Hugo Weaving appear as Red Skull?
Is it a trick or isn't it? We'll just say 1.
That is correct. He did not fall for the trick. It was a trick, though. So he is only in First Avenger. He does appear. Red Skull appears, but he does not appear as Red Skull. That's why it's a 3-pointer. Yeah.
I knew it wasn't going to be the Ross Marquand fake. I was wondering if he appeared in like the Avengers or something very briefly in a flashback or something like that.
All right. So with that, Corey has tied it. So it is now 19-19, which means Joe has to answer some questions here. His first question is going to be from the category he spun away from, actors and actresses, which was number 6 here. Your 2-pointer in actresses and actors, or actors and actresses. All right, Joe, here you go. Also known for playing Minerva in Captain Marvel, who plays Cersei in Eternals?
Gemma Chan.
Chema-chan, easy 2-pointer there. And with that, he takes his lead to 21 to Corey's 19, which means Corey will have to hit his 5-pointer. The TKO is off the board now, so no one's getting any of that. But Corey is going to have to answer this 5 to keep this match alive against Joe. If Corey gets this one wrong, it will be Joe's victory, and he will go up against Jake Tato. If Corey gets it right, then Joe not only has to answer a 3-pointer, but then will also have to answer at least one other question. So a lot at stake here. Corey, your question correlated to number 3, which is phase 1. Phase 1, going all the way back. We're going to ask your 5-pointer here in phase 1. Kelsey, whenever you are ready with the phase 1 question for Corey for 5 big points.
Okay, here it is.
How many films?
No, I promise you.
Yeah, I know.
How many projects?
At the beginning of The Incredible Hulk, how many days had Bruce Banner gone without an incident?
I actually think I know this one.
Okay.
I think it's 58 days.
And your winner, and
something.
you're going to be so upset when I say the answer. The winner, though, is
68
going
days.
to the final tournament title match against Jake Tato. It is Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly. Congratulations. Corey, you're going to hate this. The answer is 158.
Oh,
you had the
had
answer
it
on the tip of your tongue. That photographic memory, it was there. The 58 was there. You just needed to put a 1 in front of it. That is the hardest way to lose a 5-pointer, but clearly knowing some knowledge of that question, which I'm sure 99% of the people watching this didn't even have a ballpark answer. But Joe, you win this one 21-19. Congratulations. You are now going up against Tato for the belt. How are you feeling after this victory?
Yeah, it feels good. Corey played a hell of a match. I think did the smart thing. Disney Plus would definitely have been the right thing to give me. I would have done probably just slightly better maybe in the actors and actresses round than I did in Disney Plus. Maybe a point, slight difference. But yeah, the wheel wouldn't have been kind to me either way. I think both those categories wouldn't have been my strongest. Disney Plus was definitely the right move. Like I said, I watched the shows once and I have comprehensive notes on every movie. So definitely the right move, but worked out in my favor that it wasn't something like Echo, which I haven't completely finished. So works out in my favor that it was those series and not that. Did really well to get that steal. Back, great match, great round 1, and just gutting. I think I'd love to have seen him. If he'd hit that, I would have been a worthy question to lose to if you hit that. So.
Yeah. Well, given the respect here to Corey, and Corey, we got to give you props because you come in here every year or so, just like one-off little matches, and you were our MVP, lasted the longest in the Infinity Gauntlet, and now here you are making it all the way to the 5-pointer and getting literally 1 digit of a 3-digit number off from a 5-pointer that could have potentially even won you the match, depending on what his 3 and 5 were. Corey, you can't be upset about this one, but how are you feeling about this one?
I wanted to come in like Captain Marvel in Endgame, and it ended up being like Ruffalo jumping to the Rainbow Bridge in Ragnarok. So it's all right. It's okay.
Yeah, you're
I'm
a good
just happy
company.
I don't have to watch these movies and shows anymore. So
yeah, well, maybe we do have your number. We will be giving you a lot of calls in 2025.
Time to go into hibernation.
Right.
Wake me up next time you need someone to come in.
Right. But yeah, I mean, you got the opponent's choice, giving Joe Disney Plus, and then getting actors and actresses. I mean, like, you really played the game well today, and
I don't know about that one. One day I'll learn how to play the game well. Today's not that day.
It's okay. Walk me through that 5-pointer real quick. Like, the 58 was so on the top of your brain. Did you even think it could have been anything more, or were you just so?
No. I 58 stuck out. And had I not been so excited that I was like, I actually think I know this, I would have thought for like a split second more, because you'll go back on the recording, I'll immediately be like 100 afterwards. It's 158.
Yeah, let's put them together. Yeah.
But yeah, just one of those things that taking notes. This was actually the first match I've ever taken notes for. So
nice.
But yeah, I thought my round 2 was really tough. I would have dominated that Disney Plus round if I had gotten that
There you go.
myself. I was waiting in the wings.
Yeah, and you got a steal or two, so that that obviously worked out for your favor. But yeah, sometimes it just comes down to the wheel round, and who knows if Joe had decided to let you spin first, it would have been I am inevitable on your end. So we'll never know the true answer. But Joe, I have to ask you, Jake Tato is the next match you will be facing, and it'll be a 5-round match. There'll be a speed round there. There'll be a betting round. How are you feel just thinking about Tato waiting there in the wings with that belt? Do you have a little bit of nerves now going up against him? Do you feel fully formed, like you're ready to go up against him? How are you feeling now knowing that you will be facing Tato for the belt?
MCU is something that this year I just wanted to go over again and make sure it was as strong as it could be. And I do feel like it's in that position, especially with the movies. Again, it's going to come down to how many the streaming show questions come up. And if it's like the round one today, where I knew them, or whether it's not. There is potentially a 5-pointer in one of the streaming shows that I think that's definitely a 5-point level. I won't repeat it here because then it won't happen. If that comes up, then I should be all right. But no, yeah, looking forward to it. Jake's going to be a tough opponent, but I've beaten tough opponents before.
There you go. Well, we're very excited to see what the future holds there in that match early next season. And then Corey, obviously, we don't really have any set matches for you necessarily, but is there anyone you have your eyes on that you want to go up against, or are you just kind of, like you said, free agent, ready to just be picked up for a match or two if you want to be, but kind of just playing to chill?
I have my eyes set on the inside of my eyelids.
Okay, that's a great answer. There we go. Well, a very tough match fought, a very well handled match for both ends, taking it down to the wire here with a 5-pointer. Love to see it. And two of our greatest competitors here. We're really excited for this match going in. Kelsey, how are you feeling now, having seen this match? I know you're still laughing at Corey's,
I've broken Kelsey.
Corey's joke.
Sorry. That was really funny.
I'm so tired.
Well, I was going to ask.
Joe's the most tired.
Right, that's true. Joe's doing this the latest at night where he is. But Kelsey, really quick, if you can get it out past the laughs, what do you think of this match, and are you excited going forward to watch Joe versus Jake?
I thought it was great. I always love a good match. I always love getting to the 5-pointers. I would have been so excited if Corey actually hit that one, because it's always so exciting watching someone get a 5-pointer. Yes, but great match today.
Yeah. So that wraps it up for our season. That is our season closer there, our number one contender match. So exciting. So we'll open 2025, obviously reviewing What If Season 2, and of course having this big title match with Joe and Jake very soon. And next year we do start introducing the stuff from 2024, like Echo and like Deadpool and Wolverine and like Agatha, now that they've been on streaming for over a month, to add to the mix. Jury's still out on 97. We're still deciding, but we're very excited to introduce some just new films and TV series to kind of just beef up some of these questions a little bit and give a little bit more just fullness to this question doc that we've really exhausted now. But thank you guys so much for competing, and best of luck next time against Jake, Joe, and best of luck getting some sleep, Corey. And thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
What?
I want to order a pizza.